trend.
Yeah.
We're forever a part of the culture. HBCU Pulse always has you on lock. From the shade room to your favorite news feed, and now on your TV and radio. We are the #1 outlet for HBCU culture. Follow HBCU Pulse on social media and visit hbcupulse.com to stay up to date on what's going on in the HBCU community.
What is good? What is up, HBCU family? It's your girl, Destiny Kerr, a senior public health major hailing from the Show Me Say herself, currently in attendance at the illustrious Xavier University of Louisiana, the top 6th HBCU. Today we have here not only the influence himself, but the mogul, act like y'all know. Not only is he a serial entrepreneur, but is the owner of Supports Black Colleges. All right, okay. A brand not only about supporting the African American community, but uplifting HBCUs. Today we have here Mr. Corey Arvinger. How we doing? How we feeling today?
What up? What up? How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's good to be here. You know, it's funny because you said Xavier top 6, and I just say Howard University #1. They already know it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're not here to talk about Howard. But is Howard even the real HU?
Well, just look at the dates when we were founded. They were founded after us, and they were founded as an institution. So there's not much to say.
I see no shade. All right, so please tell us who you are and introduce us to you.
Yeah, what's going on? My name is Corey Arvinger. I serve as the CEO of a company called Support Black Colleges, where we focus on getting our kids back to HBCUs through clothing. We've been fortunate enough to have been doing this for about 5 years, and it's just been a really dope process of just growing from nothing to growing a huge community of people who are already there and giving HBCU students a voice.
Yeah. So what made you choose Howard as your HBCU?
You know, when I do things, I like to do the best that I can. And when I choose things, I like to choose the best. Mm-hmm. Howard is the Mecca for a reason. The list of alumni that have come out is like no other school, literally. Mm-hmm. And so my mom also went to Howard. And so that was like kind of my representation of what a HBCU was. And then when it was time for me to look for schools, I just felt like there was no other choice. It had to be Howard. It was no other options.
Oh, my mama's an HBCU alum, Howard. Okay. Shout out to mama. Okay.
Come on now.
So walk us through your time at Howard.
Man, it went too fast. I'll tell you that. Howard was great. So many amazing experiences. You know, I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina, a small city. I had never taken public transportation before I got to Howard. I always had a car, so I'm taking the trains and buses down to Georgetown or these other schools to hang out. But the experience was just like no other, just meeting so many dope Black people that look just like me, that excelled in their own respective rights at their homes. Everybody was valedictorian, salutatorian. Everybody was smart. Everybody could dress. I'm just like, oh, what is this? Like, where am I at? And I just began to just learn so much about myself. I think Howard gives you the opportunity to find the group of people that you are most like, and then also connect with people who are absolutely nothing like you. There's beauty in both of those things. So what an amazing experience I had at Howard.
Okay. So what was your best year? Like that was like your success year at Howard?
Man, I mean, every year had its highlights and every year had its lowlights. I will definitely say 2012 was pretty crazy. That was the year that Drake came and shut down Homecoming. That was arguably, I tell people, the best homecoming ever. We had Drake, 2 Chainz, T.I., Meek Mill, Rick Ross, Trina. It was crazy. 1 year, all for free. That year was pretty crazy. I also started an organization on campus, Freshman Leadership Academy. I was the president of my dorm. I was the president of the North Carolina Club. I was playing on the intramural basketball squad. A lot of things were going right that year. I was on the homecoming committee. So yeah, probably 2012 was pretty lit.
Okay. So how was life after Howard?
Sucked. Once you leave college, man, life sucks. Who told us that we wanted to be adults and grow up so fast, man? Life post college is terrible.
Terrible is crazy.
That first year is tough because you're so used to being in a community where everybody looks like you and everybody has the same mindset. When you step in the real world, these are people coming from all different walks of life, and they don't have the same interests as you, and they don't think the same, and all of them didn't have an amazing experience in college. So, and you got people who've been out of college for 20, 40 years who are just ready to retire, who hate their job. And it's like you get thrown into the middle of so many different things. So I would say the first few years out of college sucks, like especially if you don't stay close to your school. But obviously for me it's been pretty decent because I still work with HBCUs. I've been able to grow a platform that really allows me to stay on campus. Let's just say that. Like I'm not, stay connected. What's going on? What's happening? And so I love that I can still have an impact on HBCU. That's the honest answer. It was.
Yeah. So tell me this, because it didn't just start out of nowhere. The SBC is where it is today. So what was like the root? What started it? Where did all of this come from?
Yeah, so actually it started my sophomore year on campus. I was in my dorm and I wanted something different for homecoming. I wanted to I wanted to just have something different. And so I ended up making a t-shirt with my cousin's help, and it was the logo that you see today, or actually this logo, but
okay,
the logo you see today. Yeah, that logo too, one of those logos. And so everybody was kind of like, "Oh, that's hard. Like, where'd you get that from?" Da da da. And so me being an entrepreneur and a businessman, naturally, I'm like, I make them. And so it kind of started like that. I always tell people because they're like, "How did you start? I want to start like you started." And I'm like, I just had an idea and started it. Like I didn't have a business plan. I didn't do none of that. I didn't have investors. I just used the little money I had and just continued to flip it and multiply it. And also, I was fortunate because I was put in a situation where I had my community who I was serving all around me. Everybody doesn't have that when they start something. Sometimes people start something post school and you have to find your community. I already had my community. So I started in 2012, and then I took off. I mean, I was doing a few things here and there with it, but I stopped, ended up working doing some marketing jobs, ended up working for Tyler Perry. And
Tyler Perry, hold on, pause, hold on. Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I was working for Tyler Perry for like a year and some change. And it was great. I was on his marketing team, and I moved out here to Atlanta. It was super dope. And then one day I was just like, man, I want to start the brand again. So I kind of started while I was working at Tyler Perry, and I realized that if I really want to take it seriously and blow it up, I would have to leave in order for it to get to where it is now. So that's exactly what I did.
Okay, so hold on, wait, because I didn't even know that Tyler. Hold on, wait. So how did that come about, working for Tyler Perry?
Yeah, it's crazy. One of his employees reached out to me randomly on like Instagram or something, and I was like, "What?" Like, I didn't even know if it was real. Honestly, I'm like, "What is this?" They asked for my email. I gave my email. They sent me an email saying, "Hey, you've been recommended by a few people for this role that we're hiring for. We'd love for you to come to the studio and interview." So I'm like, okay. Because at the time I was working for actually another billionaire. His name is Sean Parker. He's one of the people who created Napster for anybody who's old, and we used to have to download music on Napster. But then he also was one of the people that created Facebook. And so I was working for him, and then, this opportunity came. I went and interviewed. It was amazing, and I got the job.
Okay, period. All right. So how do you feel like that, being put in those positions, working in marketing, and then, not only that, having your Howard community has impacted not only you, but impacted your business?
Yeah, I mean, marketing is a huge part of what I do. I was a PR major, and a lot of that is marketing, but having that Howard community is like no other. I mean, like I said, I talked about alumni before, and those are like the older alumni. You think people like Marlon Wayans, Felicia Rashad, Debbie Allen, Thurgood Marshall, like all those people, the legends. We can't say some names right now because it's a little dirty water right now, but then even like our vice president. But now I look at the new young age of Howard, people I went to school with, like people like Jay Murphy, who DJ'd the Super Bowl and DJ'd the World Cup and is like a world-renowned DJ. And you got people like Chase B, who's Travis Scott's DJ. You got people like Lady London, who's like one of the
she cool.
Like I literally went to school with her. Like Burgundy Baker, who is plays Keisha on The Shy. Like we got folks for days, and that's just entertainment. Like we got people on Wall Street, we got people that work at Forbes, we got people that do these. That community has been super helpful and monumental when it comes to just helping my brand be pushed the right way. I always say I don't know if I could have started it anywhere but the Mecca, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, yeah, period. Okay, rep your HBCU then.
Come
Oh,
on
that's
now.
right. Xavier, I ain't gonna say we're not doing it like that. But we got some notable alumni.
Come on now.
But, so now you have Support Black College. So how has that been? I've been seeing the business has been growing like drastically. So how's everything been with the company?
It's been good, man. We took a little break this year, and so we ended up reopening Black Friday. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to be able to get our systems and processes in order because we were growing so fast. Right. And a lot of times when you scale, you don't understand what you need until you need it. And so I found out what we needed. I slowed it down so that I could operate on what we needed. And now we are doing what we do. And so I'm excited. We got some really big things coming up. We got a partnership coming up that I can't talk about like yet, but it's going to be dope. And then we're doing NBA All-Star Weekend again this year.
Okay.
We got some stuff coming Black History Month. So we got some really fire releases coming up that I'm really excited about. It's time for us to start introducing some new merchandise. So
yes. So I hear the partnerships, I hear the new merchandise. So what's next? I mean, I feel like you already told us, but dive a little bit deeper into what's next for the brand because I feel like there's way more coming.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to dig back into our nonprofit SBC Cares. We're focusing on like giving scholarships and being on the ground level with the students. My goal is to drop one major piece a month. So just more collections, more product. I do have a few more partnerships that I'm working on in the back end with some bigger companies. I want to renew some of our contracts with people like Foot Locker, Urban Outfitters, those that we can be more accessible to someone who may not know who we are.
Right.
Really utilize our content. I want to do more marketing and start to build a platform where we need like a YouTube channel. We may have series that we do and all those kind of things. So it's like a lot of stuff. It's so many moving pieces. It's like how do I decide what's the most important right now and then also just doing events like the Essence Fest is like the Invest Fest and this and this. So like it's just a bunch of stuff. Like it's moving so much. And I mean, from being a part of Essence Fest, like it's a lot, man. It's a lot. People have no clue. Like it's this thing we just show up and it's just like, oh, okay, cool, make money. Like, nah, we really gotta go get it. And it's one of those things where I kind of didn't do a lot this year. I didn't do any homecoming tours because I just had to take a break. I was doing 2 and 3 homecomings every weekend, which is just like Essence Fest, which is crazy busy. So now this year though, I'm stacking the team back up and we're gonna hit the road.
No, that's right. So I did want to ask because you mentioned the nonprofit sector, and then what you also doing, marketing, media, all of that good stuff. So have you thought about giving back to your HBCU in regards to that area and maybe like assisting students within that room who do want to step into that? Because I know I've seen you like helping and advocating for the rising future makers dream makers for AT&T. So what about in that sector?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking to help. I think it comes with like people. I think a lot of times people don't realize that we are a for-profit brand supported by colleges. So we make our money on that end. The nonprofit is a separate entity. It really comes with just having funds. If we got the funds, we do it. If we don't have the funds, we don't. And that's really it. But we try to impact. I always say impact is more than financial. And so, I always allow people to be able to like work with us or I like mentoring kids. If like people ask me all the time how to start a brand or whatever, and I'll get on the phone with some of these college kids and just kind of give them the game. And I think that's really important so that they can create their own destiny. They can create their own whatever from the information that I give. I've been back to Howard a few times to speak. More recently, Howard came to Atlanta to play Georgia Tech. I was at the game. I met with the team. I gave them all merch. Like it was a whole thing. So
okay.
Try to stay in touch and like really stay tapped in so I can continue to help as much as possible.
Most definitely. So shout out to you for that, because come through with the merch. Come through.
Got to.
Okay.
Only way to do it.
What would you tell somebody? Because before we go, I definitely want to ask you this. What would you tell a college student or just a regular person who wants to start a business, who may even be at their own HBCU right now wanting to start that business?
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. People sometimes get in their own head because it's so much. Is this just start it? Just start it and see what happens because you never know. Like one shirt at a time, one service at a time, whatever it is you're doing, just go for it and don't let other people's opinions of what you're doing stop what you have to do. I think so many times people say negative things or try to discourage you because they didn't have the idea or because they don't feel like they can complete it or they can do it, but you can do it. Like imagine if I would have listened to somebody saying, "Oh, you can't have a brand," then I wouldn't have been able to impact and make money and do these things that I'm doing now. So go for it, man. Don't let anybody try to change how you feel about this or stop you from being the greatest person you can be. That's what I would say.
Most def. Okay. Yes. So where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, so my personal page is at Corey Arvinger. And then the business page is at Support Black College. And you can find us on www.supportblackcolleges.org.
And is the website still open? Can we still get some things?
Yeah, it's up and running. I am gonna close it after every release, but right now it's open. So it'll be open for a while.
Whew, okay, good. Because I ain't gonna lie. I said the Black Friday thing. I said, oh no, I ain't gonna be able to get a hoodie. I need a black hoodie.
Nah. It's still open for now. For now, you just never know.
Don't say that. But, all right, thank you so much for coming on. It was great having you, and I hope to talk more to you soon.
Of course. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Like what you hear?
Yeah.
Subscribe to HBCU Pulse Radio on Apple